Not only did the Royal Bank of Canada confirm the unthinkable with cross-border transfers through Ripple using the XRP ledger, but just recently the Federal Reserve and the Bank of Canada are having their 2024 summer workshop talking about money, banking, payments, and finance. So we have to listen to what the Federal Reserve Governor, Christopher Waller, has to say about crypto assets. Also, what Ripple is doing to introduce the world's first combined equity and debt tokenized fund, a patent that the Royal Bank of Canada filed that is absolutely massive for crypto, the truth about David Schwartz over at Ripple and the NDA that he signed with the National Security Agency, what he suggested about Bitcoin's creator Satoshi Nakamoto holding XRP, and what this means for the XRP, the US dollar price chart, the US dollar index compared to Bitcoin and how that affects XRP, Chainlink, Solana, Ethereum, Floki, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, the rest of the altcoin market, where we are on the XRP price chart compared to the last few bull runs, global M2 money supply compared to Bitcoin, and what phase of the psychology market cycle that we're in that is going to fake out 99% of the market, and exactly what you need to do so you don't get absolutely wrecked and lose all of your money in crypto, and what I'm doing to earn an extra 1,000 to 2,000 XRP per day through the #1 liquidity pool on the XRP ledger in the #1 play to earn XRP game. So if you guys are feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. And if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. Hey bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So before we dive into this video, I want you to note that all of the opinions expressed in this video are purely for informational, educational purposes only, and they do not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. All investments in the crypto market carries massive risks and potential losses, so you should always do your own research, consult with a licensed financial advisor. We're not licensed financial advisors, and relying on our content for decisions is purely at your own risk. And by watching, you agree that we're not responsible for any losses or damages, and we don't guarantee any specific results or outcomes. And as you know, some of the links in the description below this video, they may be affiliate links and we may earn a commission, which also helps support value-based videos like this. So we appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. And we also hold positions in some of the cryptocurrencies discussed in our videos because we only talk about what we believe in. However, this should not be interpreted as a recommendation for you to do the same. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So looking at the crypto market right now, a lot of projects are down over the past 24 hours, whereas XRP is up 4.6%. Tron up 5.2, Sui up 7.6. Some other projects like Aave, BNB are up, and other projects down 3-4%. So the first thing that we need to discuss is the macro market view for those of you that are feeling doubt right now by comparing the US dollar index to Bitcoin. As you know, Bitcoin is the main market maker in the crypto market that affects all the altcoins. And I know a lot of people don't want to believe that, but we have to just discuss the facts of the matter here. And it moves inversely to the dollar on the macro. As you guys can see, back on November of 2013, at the peak of that bull run cycle when Bitcoin was at roughly $1,300, the US dollar index, the DXY, was all the way down at about 80. And then during the bear market, for a period of time, you know, when Bitcoin traded sideways before the complacency stage bounce, the DXY didn't really do anything because Bitcoin still wasn't really in a bear market until it broke this ascending support right here that you can see in yellow on the 1st of July of 2014 when Bitcoin officially started trending down from that uptrend. Remember, a trend is a series of higher highs and higher lows. Once we broke this ascending support and started putting in lower lows, then the DXY absolutely took off and went from about 80 upwards of 100. While Bitcoin was bottoming out, the DXY was forming a new high. Now, during the first few phases of that bull run, the DXY was putting in higher highs, whereas Bitcoin was just slowly building up momentum back to the previous all-time high. And it wasn't until Bitcoin decisively broke the all-time high by the 1st of May of 2017 and started running upwards of $2,000 that the DXY on the top of the screen right here broke down and formed a lower low by the 1st of September of 2017. By then, Bitcoin was all the way upwards of $4,000 plus. Now, when Bitcoin topped out on the 1st of December of 2017, the DXY was bottoming out all the way down here at about 88. And similar what happened from the 1st of July of 2014 until the 2nd of March of 2015 when the DXY broke out. We saw the same thing happen while Bitcoin was in a bear market. The DXY was breaking out again. Although it wasn't as parabolic as that previous bull run, nonetheless, we could see the inverse correlation where the DXY rallied up, Bitcoin went into a bear market. And during this entire phase of the bull run where Bitcoin was struggling to break the all-time high, and then COVID happened, and then ultimately we broke it by November of 2020. Well, sure enough, on the DXY, we were seeing it put in higher highs, very similar to what happened back here. During the first few stages of the previous bull run, it was putting in higher highs until after Bitcoin broke its all-time high. That's when the DXY really broke to the downside. Whereas the 1st of July of 2020, the DXY formed a lower low and Bitcoin was breaking out by November shortly after that, forming a new all-time high and ultimately topping out between $60,000 and $70,000 while the DXY was bottoming out all the way down here at the top of the screen, you could see. Then sure enough, we saw exactly what happened for the bear market that we saw back from July of 2014 until March of 2015. The DXY bottomed out, Bitcoin topped out, Bitcoin went into the bear market, the DXY went into a bull run and saw this massive parabolic blow off top at about 114 and topped out right before Bitcoin bottomed out. And what we're experiencing right now is very similar to what we saw the last few bull runs before Bitcoin breached its all-time high. As you can see, there was this volatility where the DXY was putting in higher highs and holding a relatively stable support or an ascending support, as you can see here, from the 4th of September of 2018 until it broke it on like the 1st of July of 2020. Whereas you guys can see right here on the 3rd of August of 2015 to like the 2nd of May, it was a relatively flat support until it broke to the downside. So it is a little bit different this time with the DXY forming a lower high and a higher low in the symmetrical triangle. But if history is any indicator, you guys can see what happens after Bitcoin breaches its all-time high and starts to go back into price discovery mode. If we see the same thing happen that we saw the last few bull runs, well, when Bitcoin breaches its all-time high and we go into the final parabolic stage of this bull run where everyone starts getting greedy, we see greed, euphoria, people start taking out massive amounts of leverage and putting it into the crypto market. Well, a lot of money is made, but also a lot of people get wrecked. So in this video, what I want to share with you guys is not only the facts of what's happening on the chart for the macro, but how this affects every other altcoin in the industry. Because when Bitcoin breaks out and starts going into price discovery mode again, and the DXY starts breaking down like it has every single bull run prior to this, then you got to know which crypto assets are going to absorb the majority of liquidity and how to create a diversification strategy for yourself. And for example, these exchanges that are posting more and more about XRP, BitTrue just posted, is it finally time for XRP to shine? Well, let's discuss it and then let's get into the price chart and let's see where we are in comparison to Bitcoin, because Ripple and Zonique Inc. are pioneering a groundbreaking financial instrument by including the world's first combined equity and debt tokenized fund. This is powered by Ripple's XRP ledger. So expect to hear more stuff like this for Ripple all through this bull run, because their stablecoin is coming out that's going to be pegged to the US dollar, 100% backed by short-term US government treasuries, other cash equivalents. Ripple is going to publish monthly reports for their reserves. And like CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, said, this is a stepping stone to tokenizing everything on chain, and Ripple's going to be one of the main companies that facilitates that. Also, this just in to understand the risks of bank runs, non-banks, and stablecoins. The papers to be presented span areas including decentralized ledgers, exchanges for crypto assets, and the impacts of certain protocols on financial stability that are going to be discussed in this upcoming summer workshop this week with the Governor of the Federal Reserve, the Bank of Canada, and other participants. Listen to this.
Over the course of this week, we will hear interesting work on this topic that includes research questions, such as how a central bank can balance interventions for financial stability and interventions to achieve a certain stance of monetary policy, how banks take risk, and understanding the risk of runs on banks, non-banks, and stablecoins. This year's workshop continues in that innovative spirit, keeping an eye on the future of money and banking. The papers to be presented span areas including decentralized ledgers, exchanges for crypto assets, and the impact of certain protocols on financial stability. Researching these new technologies helps us deepen our understanding of the implications for the broader financial system. Payments and exchange processes are multi-billion-dollar global businesses, and private sector firms are constantly innovating in this area to overcome the types of frictions that are well known to this group. The knowledge that I've gained from interacting with researchers in this area for the last 20 years has aided me in one of my roles as Federal Reserve Governor, supporting the Fed's oversight of the U.S. payment system. It also guides my thinking about how to make global payments cheaper and faster, which is a key objective adopted by the G20 countries in 2020 and is fully supported by the Federal Reserve.
The show goes on!
So the reason why we need to pay attention to meetings like this, and the reason why this matters for you is, for example, Wall Street. When you look at what's happened with Wall Street over the past several decades, making their money in the stock market, well, they pivoted into the ETF space, and we saw a dramatic increase in percentage of average investors that were doing like 401ks, Roth IRAs to start to invest in ETFs, and they're pivoting into crypto ETFs. And Goldman Sachs has been discussing wholesale CBDCs at an event sponsored by who? Ripple and several other Ripple partners. So as you guys know, Ripple has been partnering up with the biggest companies in the world. And a while back, the Royal Bank of Canada revealed their blockchain trial with Ripple for proof of concept for distributed ledger-based remittances, where they were working on a limited production proof of concept with the goal of evaluating how the distributed ledger trial could impact other areas of the bank's business if more widely implemented. And the report read that as much promise as blockchain represents, it is crucial to validate its scalability, reliability, security, and performance for a large-scale deployment. The Royal Bank of Canada looks to do just that before expanding into other areas. And in a publication from Deloitte, they were speaking about the benefits of Ripple's consensus ledger, including what is called the ability to mitigate fraud, credit, foreign exchange, and counterparty risks, all of which are going to be discussed at this summer workshop. So they have been working on this for years. Ripple has been at the center of it all. And if you don't believe me, here's an official document from the Royal Bank of Canada's capital markets talking about cross-border transfers through Ripple using the XRP ledger. And it shows sending bank, receiving bank, and all these other banks in between. And then right in the center is XRP and Ripple. They also go on to say that RippleNet offers transparency of Forex rates and fees before the transaction is originated and can reduce the cost per payment for financial institutions, where they put Ripple right here on the right, the bank on the left, saying that Ripple is 46% cheaper based on payment processing costs, treasury costs, reconciliation costs, counterparty fees. On top of that, transactions processed through Ripple are immediate, 24/7 with real-time confirmation of receipt. And they give you an illustration of various settlement times required by multiple providers. For bank to bank, it's about 2 to 5 days. MoneyGram is 2 to 5 days. Western Union, 0 to 3 days. PayPal, 0 to 1 days. TransferWise, 0 to 3 days. Ripple, 0 days. 3 to 5 seconds. And the source is the Royal Bank of Canada capital markets. So now let's take a look at the Canadian dollar compared to Bitcoin and what happens every single bull market and every single bear market. So on the top of the screen, you can see the Canadian dollar. I also put up the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator. Let me put the indicator up on the bottom of the screen as well too. And what this indicator shows is a color code on the price chart based on the days until Bitcoin's next halving. And so Bitcoin halves when we go from purple to orange. And usually when we go from purple to orange, there's some volatility as we're experiencing right now. We experienced back from March to October 2020. We experienced volatility as well from the 1st of June of 2016 until ultimately we broke the all-time high. Once we broke the all-time high for Bitcoin, the past few bull runs were a little bit different each time. For the Canadian dollar, obviously, we saw a breakdown from February of 2017 until May of 2017. But then the Canadian dollar started to rally with Bitcoin while the DXY was breaking down. The CAD was actually rallying with Bitcoin. The last bull run, the same thing happened as well too. When Bitcoin broke out, the Canadian dollar started to break out as well too, and it was a little more correlated with Bitcoin. Then during the bear market, the CAD started the downtrend with Bitcoin as well too. So as you can see, we're still in a downtrend where we're forming lower highs on the Canadian dollar compared to the US dollar. So if we see Bitcoin break out, go into price discovery, form a new all-time high closer to election going into 2025, and the DXY breaks down, well then that may mean that the CAD to the US dollar would break up and it would start to rally with Bitcoin. The reason why this is important is because look at what Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, is expecting the custody digital asset market to reach by the year 2030 and what this could do to the price of XRP for just this bull run.
The macro environment around custody digital assets is expected to be close to $10 trillion by the year 2030. And inevitably, people are going to need a place to store those assets and safe, secure, and they're going to need to be able to transfer them as well, having good on and off ramps, even a tokenization engine, some of the work Ripple is doing around central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. So we think there's a lot of pieces that come together, and we already had, and I remember when you and I first spoke, I remember being on a call with one of the largest top 10 banks in the world, and a bank Ripple was already working with, and they were asking us about could we help them with their custody. This is prior to the Medico acquisition, and we weren't in a position to do that. And so when we think about that synergy, the ability to say to that existing Ripple customer, hey, here's a best in class, going head to head, time and time again, and winning on the custody level, to be able to bring that product to them, I think is a great opportunity for the two companies together.
So the macro environment for crypto gets more bullish as the macro environment for the economy gets more bearish. And that's why we've seen gold break out to a new all-time high, because people are bearish on fiat currencies. They're bearish on the US dollar. They're scared about what's going to happen for bank runs. And if we look at the Royal Bank of Canada in 2023, this is very recent, guys. What I think of as recent is within the past decade. And if it's happening within the past year, well, they have a publicized patent showing a crypto user platform where a basket of crypto assets, a crypto liquidity pool, escrow system, and Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and Litecoin all play nicely on the background. Right here on the lower right-hand side, where you can clearly see Bitcoin market order, Ethereum market order, Litecoin market order, Ripple market order, user basket creation, 25% of each of them. And we're going to see even more patents like this, more technological innovations like this come out as these NDAs expire. So the number one way to benefit this entire bull run while Ripple gains more adoption as a company and XRP either goes sideways, down, or it goes up in the short term is through the XRP Ledger automated market makers. Basically, the automated market maker provides liquidity in the XRP Ledger's decentralized exchange, and each AMM holds a pool of two assets, and you could swap between the two assets at an exchange rate set by a specific formula. And how the automated market maker works is super simple. The AMM holds two different assets. One of them can be XRP, and another one can be any other token on the XRP ledger. And whoever creates the AMM becomes the first liquidity provider and receives LP tokens that represent ownership of the assets in the AMM's pool, and they can redeem some or all of those LP tokens to withdraw assets from the AMM in proportion to the amounts that are currently there. And the AMM doesn't charge a fee when withdrawing both assets. And one of the biggest benefits of this is being able to put your XRP to work for you to earn trading fees as a source of passive income by being a liquidity provider. So if you want to learn more in detail how this works, I'll leave a link in the description below this video. It'll take you to a page that looks like this, and you'll see instructional videos about the number one liquidity pool on the XRP ledger that I'm currently leveraging to earn an extra 1,000 to 2,000 XRP per day in trading fees. On top of that, you'll learn about the number one play to earn game on the XRP ledger that has an in-game currency that I talked about a month ago when it was at about $50. And since then, this project 2x to over $100. And the reason why is because the game is so simple, it literally takes less than 10 minutes per day to play. So when you go through the link in the description below, you can get your digital game pieces, and these digital game pieces earn crypto rewards, and they can collect rent each and every single day in the native in-game currency that is currently sitting at about $97 right now at the time of making this video. And as you can see, over the past few days of playing this game less than 10 minutes per day, I've earned over 31 crypto, and I have over 204 crypto right here over the past month. So if I take the total crypto that I own right now at about 204 and I multiply that by the price, let's just say $100, that's roughly $20,000 worth of crypto rewards for playing this game. Now, obviously results aren't typical. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to earn the same amount, but the coolest thing about this game is the liquidity pool that's paired to XRP is the number one in the world on the XRP ledger, and I take roughly 8 crypto per day, and I add that to the liquidity pool to earn trading fees. I simply slide to accept on my XRP wallet. It says transaction was successful, and I can remove liquidity at any moment that I want, whether it be in crypto or in XRP. So let's say I want to remove 1,000 XRP, that's roughly 38,000 LP tokens. If I want to remove 2,000 XRP, that's roughly 76,000 LP tokens. So every day that I add between 8 and 9 LP tokens, I get close to 55,000. I can remove that as either crypto or XRP simply by playing this game less than 10 minutes each and every single day. So all you need to do right now to get access is click the link in the description below this video. It'll take you to a page that looks just like this. Watch this 8-minute video on the other side. We'll show you how to get your XRP wallet, how to get your game pieces, how to play the game, and how to withdraw crypto every single day to add to the liquidity pool to compound your rewards. That way you can benefit from the number one play to earn XRP game this entire bull run before this project absolutely explodes. So if we look at the XRP to the US dollar price chart, XRP is on the verge of doing something big if it plays out like it did back in 2017. If we look right here, you guys can see the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator on the XRP, the US dollar price chart. I've also traced up in white right here on how long it took XRP to break out from that 2017 bull run when XRP started breaching upwards of 0.005 and rallied up to 37 cents and then ultimately upwards of $3. And we are almost there. And this is the end of September, theoretically, that it could happen. And also we're still in this symmetrical triangle right here. Now, as you guys can see, back from July of 2020 until November of 2020, when we went from, orange to yellow by November, well, XRP broke out, got hit with the lawsuit, and then went upwards of $2 the rest of that bull run. Now, I know you guys have seen this a bunch of times. And so patience is one of the most difficult things to have while you hold a crypto asset because you want it to go up tomorrow. But this just gives you more time to stack and put your XRP to work for you. That way you can earn more crypto rewards and then diversify that into whatever you want, whether that be XRP, XLM, Chainlink, Solana, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Floki, whatever crypto asset you want. Because when Bitcoin breaks out, altcoins follow shortly after that just because liquidity is coming in the market. And the reason why I believe XRP could do well is because Ripple has over 1,700 NDAs between the major banks, financial institutions, and companies all around the world that are part of this new financial revolution. I showed that yesterday, but here's one thing that's interesting that Ito Farina posted. David Schwartz signed an NDA with the National Security Agency, yet most people misinterpret or overanalyze statements made by a cryptographer who often speaks hypothetically or explores technical possibilities. And XRP Link asked him, when are you allowed to speak about what you worked on for the NSA? Are you currently on an NDA? And when does it expire? So he said, I don't know. They wouldn't let me see the NDA. True story. They did let him read the NDA before signing, but they didn't let him keep a copy. The only thing he remembers about it is that it had the traditional you agree to keep confidential the following things, which is a list of them. So obviously David Schwartz isn't going to tell everyone everything about their plans for XRP and Ripple, because if he did, well, then the SEC might try and sue him for pumping up XRP because he works with Ripple. So he has to keep his mouth shut and he can only hint at things. Well, David Schwartz suggested that Bitcoin's creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, held an enormous amount of XRP at the time that Bitcoin was created. And according to Timothy here, Brad Garlinghouse was on video stating that the team that created Bitcoin created the XRP ledger. They were well aware of Bitcoin's limitations and coded XRP to be a better version. So could they be suppressing the price of XRP until the payment rails are ready and then the true value of XRP will be revealed? Well, only time will tell for that. I thought this post was interesting because XRP on the 5-day chart experienced a golden cross. In the last two golden crosses, XRP 10x'd and then did a 650x within 70 to 280 days. So we're 5 days into the golden cross right now. The last bull run, it took 70 days after the golden cross to do a 10x. In the previous bull run, it took 280 days after the golden cross to do a 650x. So the fact that we're 5 days in and Ripple is coming out with their stablecoin towards the end of this year, that's between 4 and 5 months until it's December. So we still got time on our side. So there's no time frame for exactly when XRP will break out and exactly the price target that we're waiting for to take profits. What we're going to look for is multiple oscillators and indicators to be in overbought conditions on multiple higher scale timeframes like the weekly and the monthly chart. And also we're going to watch what's happening on the M2 money supply reaching its new all-time high right now. Every time it has surpassed its previous all-time high, Bitcoin bull run has started. It happened back in 2016, 2020, and it'll happen again this time. In my video yesterday, I played a clip from Raoul Pal talking about the banana zone, and this is based on M2 money supply. So we're about to go back into expansion because the Federal Reserve has been tightening for a year plus because their interest rates have stayed steady. So they're going to go into easing again, where global liquidity is about to break out. And Bitcoin could be about to explode. When you look at this chart right here, you can see global liquidity in light blue, global liquidity year over year in dark blue, alongside Bitcoin's halving and the Bitcoin price chart in orange. So as you can see right now, the global liquidity year over year is relatively low compared to where we were in the past, right before we broke out. Then once we broke out, global liquidity went absolutely parabolic. Bitcoin went absolutely parabolic. And what does that mean about altcoins? Well, it's really simple. When there's more liquidity sloshing around in the system, that liquidity flows into mid-cap, micro-cap, and even the large-cap altcoins first. Now, first we have to go through the bear trap phase that will wreck 99% of investors that get pessimistic. It's the disbelief phase where they think this is a sucker's rally, it will fail just like the others. It's the first sentiment of extreme fear that's hit because this is the deepest corrections that we've gone through this bull run because it's been the most parabolic rally up to this point to $70,000+ past the all-time high. So for a 40% correction to take place, or better yet, a 32% correction, which is what we just saw happen recently, is completely normal. This is what we've seen during that 2017 bull run several different times on the way up. So this is not shocking. It's only shocking to the people that are brand new to crypto this bull run. So this is what's called a bear trap, where all of a sudden everyone starts going down, they sell out their positions, and then institutions like BlackRock, you see Morgan Stanley, you see Fidelity, you see ARK, 21 shares. You just see a massive amount of whales dive in and buy up the bags from the retail that sold. Then we go back into renewed optimism, which is hope a recovery is possible, then belief, thrill, FOMO, euphoria. Everyone is now making money that held their bags the entire time that everyone was getting shaken out. And then the next step that we're going to discuss, the closer that we get to it, is what to do with your portfolio when we get into the FOMO and euphoria stage, and how to keep your emotions grounded. Because right now, the emotional sentiment that I have, which is not financial advice, this is just how I feel. It's the calm before the storm, and any fear that is being put out there right now, it's all propaganda to get you to sell your crypto so the institutions could buy it, so they get wealthier, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. So don't let them shake you out. Go to bullrunners.com right now through the link below so you can earn more crypto, guys, less than 10 minutes per day with the #1 play to earn XRP game. Just put in your best email address, you'll be instantly subscribed to our daily video newsletter. You'll receive daily video updates like this. On the other side, you'll be able to watch these videos showing you exactly how to earn crypto rewards, how to benefit from the liquidity pool. That way you can stack your crypto this entire bull run, put your XRP to work for you, because together we're backing up our truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them, stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's just a fact. Based on what I share with you at the beginning of this video, comparing the DXY to the Bitcoin price chart, cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology has been going up in value for the past decade. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys in the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.